At the commencement of Elul, the month preceding Rosh Hashanah, we begin to reflect on the year that passed and on improving our relationship with God. Fortunately, it is a time when God does the same.
Heidisch Elul ist ausgeteilt von allen Chadoshim, in dem Inje, was verbunden mit Sliches und Rosh Hashanah, wie der alte Rebbe ist, mir weiß das mit der Moschel, also sie sind nach Käse gefunden, nicht dass nicht
Wow, I never realized how long it takes to get to the main office. I really hope Rabbi Klein will be there. Only the principal could approve my request. I gotta say, I'm a little scared going to his office. I practiced what I'm gonna say 10 times, but I'm still a little nervous. Here it is, room 402.
Hello, this is Yeshiva Mamish. One moment, please.
Rabbi Green, Mr. Brown is on line 2.
Paging Chef Shlomo, the kitchen order has arrived. Please meet them at the loading dock.
Excuse me?
Hello. How can I help you?
Is it possible to speak to the principal, Rabbi Klein?
I'm sorry, Rabbi Klein is very busy right now. As principal, he oversees every detail of Yeshiva Mamish.
Oh, okay. Can I wait here to ask my question?
You're welcome to stay, but you're going to be waiting for a very, very long time, and he still might not see you. Why don't you fill out a meeting request, and I'll add you to the list. Eventually, when your turn comes up, we'll let you know.
Okay. I guess I'll go. Thank you.
Mendel, finally, here you are. Recess was so boring without you. Well, did you speak to Rabbi Klein?
You know, I walked all the way to the office. I was so nervous. And in the end, he wasn't even available. The secretary added me to a waiting list. Who knows how long it will take?
Hey, you sound exactly like Rebbe.
Huh? Like Rebbe?
Remember when Rebbe told us about the month of Elul and Melech Basada, the king, is in the field?
Melech Basada? Rebbe said it's really difficult for a regular person to get a meeting with the king. They need special permission because not anybody could go to the palace. They have to practice what they're going to say, what they're going to do, and go through tons of security and checkpoints.
You see, it looks like you went through something similar.
Yeah, it's kind of true. But it's something we go through all year long. But the month of Elul, it's a completely different story.
Suddenly, Hamelech Basada, the king Hashem, is in the field. Everyone has easy access to the king. We can ask him whatever we want.
You know, it's really amazing to know that we are so close to Hashem at this time.
And he's so happy to listen and accept our request.
I know. I'll ask Hashem to make Rabbi Klein meet me during recess.
Yeah, you're right. It will be a lot easier to approach him outside than in the office.
Then we would have the king in the field and the principal in the playground.
When that happens, I'm sure that all requests will surely be granted.
Tag ist geteilt in Elul Gufe, wo demult der Rebbe stellt, hat a spezielle Simas Lev, a spezielle Aufmerksamkeit, auf Seler seiner vergeben Iden, auf den Sachen, was sie haben gedacht, tun in einen anderen Weg und nur fühlen sich anders. Und über verschiedene Siebes haben sie das nie getan oder getan nicht in einem gewünschenen Efen, ist wie der Eberster nimmt auf gut die Bakosche von der Sliche, von der Vergebung. Der alle Tag von Elul ist in die Tag von, was werden angerufen, je mehr Haslich ist. Der Tag von Sliche ist damit noch mehr angenommen die Bakosche und sie wird viel schneller und in einer vollerer Maß. Danach in der da, wie gerät früher, wie in der Quiz, wie in dem heutigen Jahr, aber das kommt zusammen mit wenn wir lehnt in Tere Atem Mitzovim, Hayem Kulchem, Lifnei Hashem Elokeichem, wo das ist der Obteich, als der Rebbe Tere sagt on Iden, als ihr sollt wissen, sein jeder von euch und ihr alle zusammen stehen mit einem festen Stand, wo das ist der Obteich von Mitzovim. Vor dem Ebersten und es steht alle zusammen, Chotsche sein voneinander gespreit über die alle 4 Winkeln von der Erde. I das mehr nicht, wo der Mokim, der Gashmius, des Ort ist massig. Aber wo Jid soll sich gefinnen, ist allemal ein Teil von dem ganzen jüdischen Volk, bis wann es, also werden alle gerechnet wie ein Sach, Lachodim ki Echod, wie der alte Rebbe tatscht das auf, wie ein Kemo Schlemo, wie ein vollkommen und eine perfekte Sache, und wo die Sache wird angerufen, Beshem Kemo, sie steht fest und ganz was ich. Und wie der Medrash tatscht das auf, als was meint fest, das ist Punkt, also wie sie da die festeste Sache in der Welt, wird sich nicht misspol, für verschiedene Winden und für verschiedene Passierungen. Eib sie bei ihm ist fest, bleibt sie ganz, und als sechet jeder von sie und sie alle zusammen, darf nicht misspol werden, warum sie haben nicht für was misspol zu werden, für die Passierungen herum sie, warum sie gefinnen sich und sie stehen, lifnei Hashem Elokeichem für den Ebersten, was ist euer Eberster, gibt sich Starkheit, auf Fieber kommen alle Sachen, alle Unionen, nicht gewünschene, was herumsehen, und bei sie wird an nebeke Lichtigkeit. Und wie der Baal Shem Tov tatscht das auf, als Nitzovim meint, als mit Greizer zu Reish Hashono, und wird sicher bekommen, sicher sein bedient, und bekommen Aksive Wachsimoteva.
Erev Rosh Hashanah, Tafshin Mem Daled. The Rebbe joins for Slichas in 770. Dr. Avram Seligson opens the Aron Kodesh.
This production is made possible through the generosity of the members of the GEM Foundation.
A Rav from Bnei Brak asks for a bracha for the city. The Rebbe mentions that the Haggadah tells how the Chachamim in Bnei Brak stayed up all night on Pesach, speaking about the Geula. The Rebbe says, we don't need to wait for Pesach to speak about Mashiach. This month is also fine. The month of Elul is an especially appropriate time to talk about Mashiach.
kann man reden wegen dem Messer Maschine, das in Cheda Shelo, und wo dann nachher kann ich von mir in Jahre. Und bitte soll das still sein, als soll die Kühe werden. Mein. Von mir soll das nicht können. Mein. Ich habe nach morgen. Hand.
Then I went again.
Well, he said spiritual dimension.
Precious somehow.
I'm important role.
If you have a family.
Everyone else was astonishment.
Rabbi Ephraim Rosenblum serves as principal of Yeshiva Boys School in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. In the 1950s, he was a student at the Central Lubavitch Yeshiva in Brooklyn, New York.
In 1954, for summer, at that time, the Bachram went to America Shlichus. The Bachram would go out in different cities and disseminate the books of America's. They talked to people. So at that time, I was part of a group. There were four of us went together. I was one to Bachradim. The driver, the only one who knew how to drive was Gershon Ber Jacobson, Oliver Shalom, the former editor of the Allgemeine Journal. He drove. Then was Shalom Feldman from Eretz Israel, and Israel Chaikin, Rabbi Israel Chaikin. The first we went to Washington, then went to Virginia. Then on the way back, we were going from Virginia, and on the 95 North, on the way back, not far from Elkton, Maryland, it seems we all fell asleep, and the car went into the back of a truck, and the car was totaled. I think Gershon Ber broke his nose and a couple of teeth. Israel Chaikin had a fractured thigh. I wasn't the only one who was unconscious. In fact, the papers reported a fractured skull. It's terrible, but it wasn't so. But I was unconscious for a while, and we were taken to the Elkton Hospital. This happened on late Thursday night. Friday, we got a telegram from the Rebbe, wishing us a refuah shlema. On Shabbos, the Rebbe spoke about us, but better for bringing. This is Shabbos Parshas Matos, and the Rebbe spoke that time about, it says that Kolam Oised Tshuva Mevi Refuah Li'elam, someone who does tshuva is like a refuah, so it's like a healing. So obviously in healing, it's just like in tshuva. So just like in tshuva, it can be the person can do tshuva where the Zedainis Taslik Kezachias, all the wrong they did become better. Not only does he become as good as he was before, but better than before. So in refuah also, and in healing, there must be such a way that a person can be healed and be better and healthier than before. So the Rebbe said, Sefran Etchel Bachrim was daf refuah shlema. There are a few Bachrim who need a complete healing. So when we give my brachas, everyone should give the blessing that they should be even more healed than before. So this is the blessing that Rebbe gave us by the Beit Farbrengen. I went back to Montreal. I was off my legs for 6 weeks. When I came back, Shaul Mendel Simpson, the Rebbe's secretary, says, the Rebbe wants you to go in on Yechidus. I was stunned. So I went to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe said, Ich will dir Porsche fragen, was du machst. I want to ask you how you are. The Rebbe was married because I was Shliach Rebbe. will the Posche fragen, was du machst. So I told him, I help him. Then the Rebbe told my mother, I'm not sure when it was, ich will sich mishtatev sein in sein Simcha. What she took it at, probably what that, we'll get married, I'll participate. When it came time for me to get married, the Rebbe wasn't Tzarech Kedushin anymore. So she asked the Rebbe. The Rebbe took gesagt, wird sich mishtatev sein. The Rebbe said he's going to participate. The Rebbe said, ich will sich mishtatev sein, I'll participate. He says when they go to the chuppah, they should call 770, to notify them that they're going to the chuppah. The wedding was the Gold Manor, but they called the 770 to notify the Rebbe they're going to the chuppah. So whatever he had to do, he did, whatever it was. But this was, he says he'll participate. This way he says he participated.
With materials from the Living Archive, established by the Rohr Family Foundation. Video collection preserved by Benjamin Federman in tribute to his parents.